This data governance has to be done to attain certain objectives. What are the objectives? What are the indicators? So we have something known as key performance indicators, KPIs. Key performance indicators are in a position to help us to understand what is happening in the business. So these measures demonstrate the effectiveness of a business process at achieving organizational goals. Why are we in a position to think about information management, data management? To achieve organizational goals. Organizational goals are being converted into KPIs, key performance indicators, Let's talk about few such key performance indicators. So few examples are there. 1, current ratio. 2, accounts payable turnover. 3, net profit margin. 4, new followers per week. 5, cost per lead. And 6 is order status. What is happening? At present data is not easy to comprehend in comparison ready formats for KPIs. We have to make the data so that we may calculate key performance indicators and monitor them on a continuous basis. This is really important. And why? Because there are factors that are increasingly demanding collaboration in technology. Okay, what are the factors? 1 is global mobile workforce. The workforce is now moving continuously and it's global. They say 62% of the workforce work outside an office at some point of time. This number is increasing. People are not in the office, but they are working for the office and they are continuously contributing. If they want to contribute, then they must have some support system. They must be in touch with the data, what is happening in the office and what's being done by others. Similarly, the second aspect is mobility driven consumerization. What does it mean? That growing number of cloud collaboration services. Even the customer is continuously moving and want to have entire facilities, want to give orders, get served while moving. So this is also another challenge related to data governance strategy. And then principle of any. What is this any? Growing needs to connect anybody, anytime, anywhere and any device. 4 aspects there. 1, anybody. I want to communicate with anybody. I want to talk to your manager. I want to talk to my father. I want to talk to my girlfriend, whatever. Anytime, around the clock, 24/7. Then the next is anywhere. I may be flying. I may be traveling in a bus. I may be in a car. I may be in a train. Wherever, anywhere. And the 4th thing is any device. I may be having a mobile phone. I may be having a desktop. I may be having a smartphone. I may not be having that much smartphone, but I want to remain connected. So these are the real challenges for data governance strategy. What will be the advantage of this data governance strategy? Advantages are very obvious. So obvious benefits. 1, improves decision quality. 2, improves the accuracy and reliability of management predictions, whatever you are predicting in terms of sales, in terms of procurement, in terms of finance, in terms of need of human resource. Then it reduces the risk of non-compliance, means you will be in a position to fulfill the regulatory requirements. It reduces the time and cost. So this data governance is across boundaries and used by people through the enterprise. I must have information system in a way so that it may cater to everybody anytime. This should be the purpose of the database, the information systems, and that's why we need this data governance strategy. It has increased importance through new regulations and pressure to reduce cost. Law is evolving. With the evolution of law, compliance is must. 1. 2. Competitors are using it. So, there is an increasing pressure to reduce the cost. And I must do it to reduce legal risk associated with unmanaged or inconsistently managed information. Whenever government needs a kind of report, I need to give that report to the government. This is really important, particularly in 3 industries. The 3 industries are 1. Food industry, 2. Financial services industry, 3. Healthcare industry. I'm not saying that data governance is not required in rest of the industries, but in particularly 3 kinds of industries like food, financial services and healthcare, this is really very important, and real-time online data management has to be done. That's why we should have data management systems. What should be this data governance strategy? It should be customer centric. Every company is becoming customer centric and they use customer data to understand and segment their customers. So what kind of customers they have and how can we classify those customers, identify what their customers value, what is being expected by the customers and how that thing should be fulfilled, estimate the value of customer to their bottom line. Bottom line, you understand, is the profits. So, a particular customer is going to contribute towards your bottom line, is going to increase your profits. So, how this customer is beneficial to you, you must be in a position to understand. This needs to be done with the help of lots of customer touch points. What is this customer touch point? Customer touch point is the center, person, place, method, etc., with the help of which a customer can communicate with the organization, is a customer touch point. Let's see how many customer touch points we may have or what kind of customer touch points we may have. So, with the help of this diagram, we will be in a position to understand. We may have computer, we may have physical store, we may have sales representative, we may have field service technician, we may have direct emails, we may have emails, we may have service centers, we may have customer service, and the customer may be in a position or willing to communicate with you with smartphone or with the help of website. So friends, in this manner, we have many customer touch points. So now we have few questions based on this section, chapter 2.1. The questions are there in front of you and you know the relevance of such questions.